anything from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. And beyond, come on, baby. This including the ice wall, baby. Come on with it.
What more do you want from me?
Yep. That boy said glory. Glory, glory. Come on with it. Cowboys intangibles. Move. Quiet storm. Rumors season is here. Plus more. Come on. More and more. More and more. The Link Boys, baby. Everybody link to the Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah. And remember, sounds of soft souls and hits, oldies, the quiet storm. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, huh? Now we got them all covered. You're covered. Yep. Shout out to you, Matt. I see you sharing. Sharing is caring. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Put a 2 in the chat if you subscribe to the nation. Put a 3 in the chat if you're ready to go. Come on. Come on with it. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Yeah. Stand tall. Well, not at all, baby. Come on. All right. Mama said there'll be days just like this. 1, 2, 3. Come on with it. I love it when I see 1, 2, 3 in the chat. If you don't know who I am right now, then you will never. I play. My name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys football and beyond, and we are entering in the quiet storm. Yeah, right. Everything is quiet, but be on standby. Be close to the edge of your seat for when y'all hear this news right here. Breaking news. Cowboys signed an unbelievable contract to Michael Parsons. I know it may appears that it's far away from here, but, you know, when I say that it's near, I didn't say how far the near is, right? The moon is near to the earth relative to how far the sun is to the earth. You get what I'm saying? You know, if one is near, but I am near my neighbor closer to the moon, right? So that's just how it is. Fly me to the moon. Thank you. You know, but I'm going to tell y'all, man, the intangible, the things that we can't see is what the Cowboys embody all of this all together. Charlie J. So explain to me, King, over star or the levels. Explain to me, King, over star or the levels. Oh, okay. Well, I love the mindset that you are putting out there, but it got to be a plumb line, right? You got to measure it with the plumb line. If I can be specific, I don't want the people to come knocking at my doors if I talk a little too much, right? So I appreciate you. And I thank you, you know. But at the end of the day, Yeah, there are the known knowns and the known unknowns. Okay, let's get back to this subject matter here. Of course, Jeremy Fowler put out this report. Of course, we talking about Joe Milton. Of course, he got a strong big arm. Of course. 6'5", 235 to 240 pounds. The man can sit Indian style and throw the ball from here to the moon, probably, you know. And the thing is that they got Drake May, and they have a new coaching regime, and the reports are out that they are trying to shop him, and the Cowboys may tickle the fancy of the Patriots, right? So the Patriots is king over stars. Yes, indeed. I feel you. But neither here nor there. I see y'all in the chat. FBI, open up. But I would say this, though, Cowboy Nation. Would you prefer the Cowboys to draft the quarterback in this particular draft? Or would you prefer the Cowboys to shake and wheel and deal and just try to find a veteran quarterback or a quarterback that played in the league? Because if you think about it, I love CBS rankings. They got these quarterbacks ranked: Cam Ward, number 1, Shador, number 2, Jackson Dart, number 3, number 4 is Quinn Ewers, number 5 is Kyle McCord, number 6 is Jalen Milroe, who destroyed Pro Day. Boy, he run 4.37. That boy fast as a quarterback. I can do a lot of things with Jalen Milroe, knowing that he run that fast. He might not can hit water if he fell off a boat, but the brother can get to the edge and he can run. Yeah. Milton is the dog. This is from my guy, Action Powwow. Appreciate you. You know, Two Broke says both of them, Law, you know, or are you trying to say Booth? You know, Jalen Milroe, man, he had an unbelievable day at his pro day. And I think that could be a situation, right? If you draft him, let's say now it's going to be probably an early 3rd round based off of what he's able to do. Maybe 4. See, that 4th round. See, we keep going back to that 4th round pick, man. We need to figure out how to get back there. You know, we missing that 4th round draft pick. We are missing the 4th round draft pick because I think that's where the sweet spot at. I really think that's where the sweetness of the spots of the draft is right there. And for 2 seasons, we don't know for 2 seasons, we're not going to know what it feels like to get that sweet spot, you know. And that 4th round draft pick, that's right when people like who absolutely did their homework, the people who did their homework in the draft, they know it. Ask all of the draft people that have been really studying the draft for like all of last year, all the way up to this point. They know where that sweet spot at. Where is that draft? Right in the last end of the 3rd, early 4th. Because it's easy to say, yeah, Cam Ward going to be good, man. It's easy to look at Ted and Matthew Golden and all of those boys, and to a degree, Will Campbell and Kevin Banks, Jihad Campbell, Jalen Walkers of the world. But when you get into that shadowy place, whereas when it's time for you to do your homework, it hits right there, you know. And that's what I would say from all of this. Charlie G, shout out to you, man. Thank you for jumping in. Let the AI speak on it, though.
Charlie G, $5. Law behind my name on your channel. I have a king over the star. I'm asking, how can I be bigger on your platform if you now understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, I thought you were talking some Bohemian Grove stuff, Charlie. Hey, you had me. I thought you were talking. Yeah, no, boy.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
I don't know, man. You know, behind my name, your channel, You get a crown. I think that's the highest of the highest right there. So you're a king, Charlie. You're a king. You're a king of the Cowboys. When you get that crown, as long as it's not a tiara, you got a crown, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. You on the top of the top right there, man. Creme de la creme. Where was I? I was talking about Miro, right? Jalen Miro. Hold on. Give me 1 second right here while I pull this up. Appreciate you for your support, though, man. I really appreciate you, man. And it's always a pleasure, man, talking to people, man, and those who support the nation and been around for a long time, because every length of your membership goes and pays dividends to the nation. So we won't be scrambling and scraping when it's time for us to go to Oxnard, you know what I mean, for our workcation. There's no days off over here. Yeah, there's no days off over here. It's none of that. Let me show you again. Oh, my God. Come on, Bill Belichick. Come on.
No days off. No days off.
All right, so this Jalen Milrose, he had an unbelievable. All right, Bill Belichick, you need to take some days off. They got Bill out here doing Pilates and stretching and stuff with his young Swedes. He got him doing a whole bunch of stuff. Hold tight for me while I get this to play in the background because I got a phone call. Hold on for me.
Out of the top five, I want to talk to you about a couple teams that you had mentioned that you had your eye on after the way that free agency has gone. The first one of those teams is the Dallas Cowboys. Why do you have the Cowboys circled after the first wave of free agency here in terms of what they could do in the first round?
It's so critical that they hit on this pick. Just with the way the roster is structured and the money they have allocated, they have to be able to hit on these early picks. And look, to their credit, the Cowboys have been one of the best drafting teams in the top 25 the last 15 or so years. I mean, you look at it, they have found some really impact players. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Zach Martin, Des Bryant, Tyron Smith. I mean, when they're picking in the top 25, they don't miss. The Taco Charltons, those guys have been outside the top 25. So in top 25, they don't miss. And at pick number 12, this is something they need to hit on. You look at what they did in free agency, basically bargain shopping at some of those need positions. You bring in a Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, I don't even know if he might not even be on the season opening day roster. Who knows? Kyer Elam at corner. Players that are not going to stop them from addressing any of those positions at 12. So for Dallas, I'm looking at that and saying, okay, Ashton Genty, Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan, and then the best edge rusher on their board or the best receiver on their board, whoever that may be. One of those four directions, it feels like that's the direction they're going to go.
I feel like receiver, as I look at the depth chart, is probably the most pressing need right away, depending on what you think about Trayvon Diggs' health. All right, so he had another knee surgery. I think it was in January. If you think this is a scenario he misses half the season and his future period is in doubt, then I feel like corner becomes slightly more pressing. But as you currently look at the players on the roster, period, independent of health, another receiving option to me feels like the most pressing need on the entire roster. I mean, they have nothing. If they got Jalen Tolbert as their other kind of outside vertical receiving option, and the fact
they
that
traded for Mingo.
Yeah, they traded for Mingo.
All right, what I missed? I got to rewind because I ain't hear a thing, and I got virgin ears to it. That was a good call, by the way. Not to flex on anyone, but we going out to this Michael Parsons event today, and they was calling to see the arrangement, so. It's close. It said Law was talking to Frenkel. Well, I'm talking to some people that about to get a lot of more money than what Frenkel can provide for the nation. But I appreciate y'all. So let's go, baby. Shoot. So we'll be at the main event today for Michael Parsons' event. And like I say, man, kudos and credence to Parsons, man. This is his birthday week. We want the best to happen for him. They will have Myles Garrett in the building, Osa Odighizuwa in the building, Derwin James in the building, David, the rep in the building. I can't say his last name. every time I think about saying this man's last name. Athletes First. How about that? Sam Williams will be in the building. So we have some heavy hitters out there at the main event in Frisco. So we'll be there. And I'm just going to be watching.
Randy Mahoney, $5.
Yeah.
CD said, when hence cometh his help. Wide receiver Revelation chapter 88 verse 10.
Yeah. Hence need to haste, thou haste. Yeah, the Cowboys front office needs to haste. Appreciate you, Brandy. And I don't, look, I ain't saying I don't got it, but I'm going to just be transparent with y'all. Brother ain't finna pay $15,000 to go bowling. You know what I'm saying? Nor $10,000, nor $5,000. But I will watch Myles Garrett and Sam Williams and all of those boys bowl. I'm going to watch because I haven't bowled in at least about 20 years. But this is going to be a good, noble event. Shout out to Parsons and his team. It's going to be for a great cause. And if you guys do have the kind that fold and y'all want to give and all of that good stuff, go to Michael Parsons Foundation. Because some of y'all multimillionaires, y'all watching. I heard some of y'all got that Elon Musk before he lost all of his money. You know what I mean? So I can't count y'all pockets. But I can say that if you do decide to pull up to the event and you got Myles Garrett money, then go to this website right here and support. And let me see if I can put this somewhere in the chat. Yeah. And before I go that, boom. Yeah. And go right here. Here we go. That's his website right there. And go to his foundation page and give back, you know. And he's doing that just what he's doing, donate. And they doing some great things, a noble cause. And shout out to everybody, man. If your birthday today, man, let me know. Happy birthday to y'all, you know. Shout out to everybody's birthday today. But if you want to, you can support by going there, and they will be having some stuff to give away. I'm sounding like an info commercial, right? You know, but I'm glad that they are blessing Law Nation to have a seat at the table. Appreciate them. Peyton Manning, the autograph, and Myles Garrett signed jersey, and all of that good stuff, and as well as they're going to have Amari Cooper should be in the building as well. Amari Cooper, Von Miller, Trayvon Diggs. Maybe I can start. Hey, Von, come here right quick, man. Let me holler at you, man. You know, yeah. Let me holler at you, Von Miller. Now, I said that I would like to see you in the Cowboys gear after, you know, the I'm about to say postseason, but after the draft, right? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Put that silver and blue on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, athletes first. Y'all need you need to rep the first content creator. Come on, be generationally gifted by sponsoring. By sponsoring Law Nation, you know, that's what I'm gonna go in and do. You know, I ain't gonna bowl, but if you guys do bowl, let me know in the chat. Let me know if you're lefty or righty. You know, let me know. And let me tell y'all something before I get too far off subject matter here. Do it this way. Let me do it this way. All right. Give me 1 second here. God dog it. Go here. And then we go. Boom. There we go. I got it right. Don't want to pull that up. I'm trying to pull it up incognito. All right. Boom. All right. Incognito. All right. So this athletes first. And this is all of the players that David Mulageta. We did hear the news that he signed Sam Williams. Shout out to Sam Williams. He did get 3 of the highest paid cornerbacks in NFL history. A1 family, you know. So that's Jalen Ramsey, J.C. Horn, Derek Stingley. y'all better be thanking God. Like, hey, Deron Bland, please don't sign on the athletes first. yeah. But I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Deron, sign with athletes first. You know, and then these are all of the people that's under his. Eric Stokes, Leonard Floyd. To a degree, I think Saquon Barkley. He got a lot of folks, man, that works under him. DJ Reed and Justin Fields. He getting money, man. He get money. He find ways to get people money. So they will be in the building. So shout out to them. And I didn't know that he's from Texas, or Dallas, dare I say. So and that's crazy. He got that pinned to the top. Jay Business, man, appreciate you. Jay Business, look what he did for this dude over here. He got it pinned to the top. I had his pinned to the top too. Shoot. But let me get back to football conversations. But shout out to him and his team of folks are right here, and we get things going in the proper way, in the best way possible. Let me rewind because I didn't hear what they were saying.
All right, as we get out of the top 5, I want to talk to you about a couple teams that you had mentioned that you had your eye on after the way that free agency has gone. The first one of those teams is the Dallas Cowboys. Why do you have the Cowboys circled after the first wave of free agency here in terms of what they could do in the first round?
It's so critical that they hit on this pick. Just with the way the roster is structured and the money they have allocated, they have to be able to hit on these early picks. And
right.
Look, to their credit, the Cowboys have been one of the best drafting teams in the top 25 the last 15 or so years. I mean, you look at it, they have found some really impact players. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Zach Martin, Des Bryant, Tyron Smith. I mean, when they're picking in the top 25, they don't miss. The Taco Charltons, those guys have been outside the top 25. So in top 25, they don't miss. And at pick number 12, this is something they need to hit on. You look at
what was our last missing within the top 25? No offense, Action Power, but was it Mo Claiborne? That was our last miss in the top 25? Because everybody else kind of panned out, right? Man, we finna get a good player. That's all I know. We finna get a good player. Who did we miss on?
what they did in free agency, basically, bargain shopping at...
I give you that, Brad. Bobby Carpenter. Yeah. Yo, man. That's that YouTube name always get me laughing. I think I think Claiborne was licked at 24. Nah, top 25.
Some of those need positions, you bring in a Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, I don't even know if he might not even be on the opening day, the season opening day roster. Who knows? Kyer Elam at corner. Players that are not going to stop them from addressing any of those positions at 12. So for Dallas, I'm looking at that and saying, okay, Ashton Genty, Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan, and then the best edge rusher on their board or the best receiver on their board, whoever that may be. One of those four directions, it feels like that's the direction they're going to go.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued about, like, the Cowboys. I do agree, like, the Cowboys' record far as top 25 been pretty good outside of Mo Claiborne, and for those who reminded me of Bobby Carpenter. And Bobby Carpenter, the moment he leave Dallas, he goes to the Detroit Lions, and he have an unbelievable game versus the Cowboys. I mean, he had 2 pick sixes on Tony Romo, and then was the man at his wedding. So I started thinking, like, come on, man, what's going on right here? Who remember that? Bobby Carpenter picked off Tony Romo twice and then was like, hey, let me go to your wedding. It's crazy. Flat out crazy. I'm just joking. He didn't go to his wedding, but, he was there at the wedding for when Romo married that girl. I forgot her name. But neither here nor there. That just crazy how we can go all the way back and say to ourselves, we pretty good. So whatever name come around, if it's Tet, if it's Ashton Genty, if it's Luther, not Vandross, but Burden, if it's any of those guys, Matthew Golden, it could be a situation and scenario that we going to be okay.
I feel like receiver, as I look at the depth chart, is probably the most pressing need right away, depending on what you think about Trayvon Diggs' health. All right, so he had another knee surgery. I think it was in January. If you think this is a scenario he misses half the season and his future period is in doubt, then I feel like corner becomes slightly more pressing. But as you currently look at the players on the roster, period, independent of health, another receiving option to me feels like the most pressing need on the entire roster. I mean, they have nothing. If they got Jalen Tolbert as their other kind of outside vertical receiving option, and the fact
They
that
traded
a guy
for Mingo.
Mingo.
Yeah, Mingo, right? And like this, it's funny that I'm not even like considering that as an option. I'm just kind of like, it's whatever. That pick is lost. I just feel like trying to find somebody else there, whether it is a Tet McMillan or somebody with that skill set. Like, I do think that would be helpful within the structure of their offense. Like, that skill set combined with what CD is, I just feel like some sort of vertical receiving presence is necessary for it all to come together. I actually like a lot of the stuff they've done in free agency, like the little moves that they've made to like go get Dante Fowler back. Now you got some edge depth again. You know, they signed Robert Jones from the Dolphins, who I think was a little bit miscast in that offense as a bigger body. Now you have some guard depth back there. I do think that they've been smart in how they've shored up some of these positions, but I think they need another body on the interior of the defensive line, potentially another corner, and then the spot that to me feels the most glaring is still some sort of vertical receiving option.
Right. And I think they'll have options there at 12 if they want to go with that receiver, where there might be all the.
That's why I wanted so bad for us to get DK Metcalf, right? and that's why I wanted that particular situation to happen for us. And that's why I want us so bad to go and sign guys like this right here. Let me see if I can pull this up.
So the Cowboys still need to take a look at this offense.
Take my audio out, you know. That's why I want us to get this right here so bad, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm not saying that this guy can walk on water, can, turn water into wine, but at least bring in so many fits that when it is time for us to draft, that we have clarity, We have our minds together, and I don't want us saying, okay, let's just go get a tackle or a guard just because that's just where we want to get, and overlook a player that could be a whole lot better on their boards, but they window dress and say, we just going to get anybody to fit in, and those are things that we have to worry and want to say with the Cowboys. We don't want to reach, right? That's what I'm getting. And I'm not saying that he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, but I'm just looking at it like this dude right here, Tevin, was considered washed, trash, and everything. And they said, you know what, we're going to kick him inside. Let's see if we can play him inside. And he played pretty well inside. And so I was thinking that maybe the Cowboys just take a flyer at him and see what they can get out of that, And I get it. I understand the love affair for Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass, and Nate Thomas. But look, it won't hurt is what I'm getting at, It would not hurt. Let me see. Who's Brock Hoffman? Let me pull up Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman information right quick. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. And I think Brock Hoffman can be that guy that can help us out, right? But I'm just trying to get better at guard, Shout out to Boss Cowboys Sports, Vach and the OC and Louie. I saw their video last night, listening in to some of their topic points right here. And this is Brock Hoffman. And remember, I don't like to go off grades. I like to go off of absolute tangible videos or what have you. Or film. He had 515 snaps last season, 5 penalties. He only allowed 1 snap. 1 sack, and that's pretty good. Pressure allowed is 6. That's phenomenal. 3 hits allowed on your quarterback. That's phenomenal. Got to shore up those penalties though. But outside of that, 6'3", 302. That's good stuff, man. Real good stuff. Can't get mad at it, right? we got to respect that. And then I'm looking at this guy, Tevin Jenkins, and I'm not going by grades, but they got him at a 75 and they got him at a 66, right? And I'm not going by grades, but he had 4 penalties and he had 4 sacks allowed. There's a lot of sacks allowed, right? Comparable to what Brock Hoffman allowed, right? 17 pressures, 1 hit. That's pretty good. 4 penalties, got to clear that up a little bit. But at 6'6", 321, you kick him inside at guard, and you can watch him do his thing over here in Cowboys land because he bring in some of that same intensity to the table that I like out of our offensive linemen. I'm trying to run. I'm trying to pound and penetrate and know all of that good stuff from the LOS, you know. And the only way you can do that in pause if necessary. But you got to get these things going. That's all I'm getting at, Cowboy Nation. All right, let's listen to the rest of these. Appreciate y'all.
The receiving options could be on the board. And we may not see the first receiver drafted until number 12. And so whether is it T-Mac, is it Matthew Golden, is it Ibuka from Ohio State? I think you can see how any of those 3 would fit into what they want to be on offense. And
Ibuka.
It's going to help CD. It's obviously going to help Dak. They're going to draft a running back at some point, either if they don't take Ashton Genty, throw a Marion Hampton, the North Carolina running back. He's included there at number 12. If they don't draft a running back at 12, round 2 or round 3, they're going to draft a running back. And so it's a matter of, which in that first round with that pick 12 overall, the best player available for them. I think it's one of those 4 positions, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's a receiver.
So Dane be having an ear to the ground, and it could be a wide receiver. If Dane Bugler, I hope I'm saying that man's name right, is to that point, then it could be a wide receiver. You know, just like a lot of us lobbied for Keon Coleman last year, right? In the second. It could be that, CeeDee Lamb can finally get him a running mate to be with him in this draft. And it will be good to see if CeeDee Lamb, he spoke last offseason that I want to be a leader in these sorts of things, right? So hopefully that could be a situation and scenario, But I would love for the Cowboys to, with our first 2 picks, either go running back, wide receiver, or wide receiver, running back. That's my thoughts. I could be 1,000% wrong, but somebody said that Tevin Jenkins looked like the evil twin of Terrence Steele. Let me see what these boys. Yo, 6'6", 310. 6'6", 321. Yeah, I get it. I can see it. Both 27. Papa probably was a Rolling Stone, And I can get it right now of you guys saying, they made all light-skinned brothers look alike. That could be Dak Attack, What Dak Attack? Hey, that Dak Attack, y'all. Yeah. I can see Dak Attack right now. What you mean, Lord? That ain't me. That ain't me. Yeah. All right. And Terrence still had one. Look, like we've all been saying, and we don't go by grades, but, man, if any grading system was right about him, man, it would be this system. Pass blocking grade, 57. Run blocking grade, 78.9. The man has 7 penalties. 9 sacks allowed. And it could be more than that if he didn't have those penalties, right? And let me see, 41 pressures, 6 hits, 7 penalties out of all of those things, man. It's Terrence Steele. maybe maybe we need to kick him inside, you know. Maybe we need to let Steele move to guard, you know. Maybe that could help him out. Steele is only good at run blocking. Maybe that's the key. We need to kick him inside and have him there. But before we go any further, man, I'm telling y'all, as the nation grow and these sorts of things, we can get things moving in the right and proper directions. But before we go any further, let's talk about our new sponsors, brought to you by House of Atlas.
How to be an Atlas man. First, gently glide your House of Atlas razor with the grain to ensure a precise, comfortable shave. Then, drop your transmission with nothing but a spoon. Anything's a tool in the hands of an Atlas man. Now apply Atlas Calming Aftershave. Welcome to the top. Welcome to Atlas.
Be the smoothest guy in the room. Durable blades for long-lasting smoothness. Precision trim edges for detail and also cutting those sideburns. With a stabilized stainless steel for a smoother shave. Dermatologist tested, comfortable, smooth glide. This will be your number one blade in the world. And all you have to do is remember House of Atlas. Shave with the best.
We about that life.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. So when you're thinking about cutting and shaving and all of that good stuff, every man got to shave at least once in his lifetime, right? And I'm telling you right now, House of Atlas, man, they got this 5-blade triple thing right here that if you can just rub it on your skin with some of that good aftershave shave stuff and put it right there, boy. And you look how. Yeah, it cleaned up, butter knife smooth, and ain't no razor bumps, man. That's because y'all be using them dual razors, and they got a flexible head, you know, so that head can flexible right here, and it comes with an additional blade that lasts for a long time, not a short time. So yes, indeed, I can handle that. Look, I can handle this blade right here, and then it's weighted, so it's not those little dollar, we call those dollar blades that you get from the dollar store. No, this got weight, so it gives you a better accuracy. Boy, look at these blades, boy. We can cut through, boy, some stuff over here. So, yeah, be sure to check out House of Atlas, man. Yes, indeed. Come on with it. Yes, somebody said, Law got a full beard, and he's talking about shaving. Boy, you can still shave all up here. Look, true story. This hair wool of mine go all the way to the eyeballs. It go all the way up here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, boy. It's a flexible head. So be sure to check out the House of Atlas. Boy, I'm telling you, man, it's always good that we have our people here that can really support the nation in any way, in any shape, form, or fashion. Come on with it. Be sure to check them out. Get 15% off of your purchases. And they have aftershave. They have the razors. They have the replaceable. And they have the full kit. And the full kit would look like this. And it's pretty good. Come on with it. Take the money out.
We about that life. Damn.
Come on with it. All right, so with that being said, let's look at the Cowboys top 25.
Darren Posey, $5. Is that the new Wolf Mondo razor law?
The new
They can come closer than close, yeah. No original they never will be. Does it better?
in reality, ladies and gentlemen, this is all brought to you all by talking about that wolf. So if you got that wolf down there or up there or wherever it may be, send them over to the House of Atlas, and they will take great care of you You get 15% off. So at the end of the day, I really appreciate you guys for delivering the House of Atlas. Be sure to check them out and get a smooth shaving deal going. It's not just about the face. It's about all over the parts of the body. And guess what? If you can read this right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Dermatologist approved. Come on with it. Dermatologist tested and approved. So you won't have that Nestle Crunch face when you're dealing with the House of Atlas. Come on with it. So come on. Yes. Yeah, dog, you got peanut brittle down there. Boy, you got Nestle Crunch. What's going on over there? Yeah. But neither here nor there. Let me get back to this right here. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuning in. The first round pick since 2014. This is Brandon Laurie's right here, and he put this out there. Tyler Smith, Michael Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Leighton Vander Esch, Ezekiel Elliott, Zach Martin. These are all within the top 25. Keep that wolf check with Atlas. Boy, y'all crazy. Yeah, but man, come on, man. Y'all know y'all don't want that Nestle Crunch face, so use House of Atlas. Be smooth with it. Be the smoothest guy in the room. So when I'm looking at all of this, if I'm looking at an Atlas person, Tyler Smith is an Atlas, Michael Parsons is an Atlas, CeeDee Lamb is an Atlas. He need to return back to the house. He had 2.5 good years, man. And shout out to my guy Leighton Vander Esch. He's an Atlas and he's an Atlas. All of these guys are Atlas outside of Leighton Vander Esch. And I hate to put a deal on Leighton, but it wasn't his fault. They kept running him out there with the wrong reasonings. You know, you're supposed to prepare yourself for Leighton Vander Esch to do certain things, but they never prepared himself. And to be fair to Leighton Vander Esch, to be fair to him, I blame Jeff Heath. Yeah. Jeff Heath was the guy that hurt Leighton Vander Esch. He hurt his neck that game. Leighton Vander Esch was on his way until Jeff Heath and Leighton collided, and that neck just never came the same. All right, and then these are the 23 total Pro Bowls. Wow, 23 total Pro Bowls out of all of this, man. That's crazy good work. And then outside of the 25 pick, been guys like Tyler Guyton, Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, and Byron Jones. One Pro Bowl out of the mix since 2014. And they didn't know what to do really with Byron Jones. Right? But we knew more of Byron Jones than the Cowboys knew of Byron Jones. And they kept putting him at safety. We were like, hey, he's a DB. He's a DB. At least put him inside the slot, man. Don't put him at safety. And then they realized when a certain person came here, Chris Richard, and they said, you know what, put him at DB. Put him at cornerback, I meant to say, because DB is safety. And and the rest is history, right? So it was just a little too late, and it was time for him to get his bag, and he went and got his bag. But it's still fresh for right now. Tyler Guyton got enough time to change our minds, and a lot of people are like this with Mozzie. They swiggly with Mozzie right now. Taco Charlton, he's gone, and Byron, Jones, he's gone, So the same with Izzy. Camo says, we don't know what to do with Izzy. And you're right. We don't know what to do with that brother. We definitely don't know what to do with him, and it is coming a situation whereas what should we do with Izzy now, What should we do with Izzy now? What should we figure out what he can do and can't do and these sorts of things? Yeah, Dexter, Byron Jones was actually good. AC says LVE came into the league with that neck issue. You're all right. Came into the league with that neck issue. Had issues with that neck. Got hit. He was one hit away. I think the LVE would have been okay if he didn't get that neck re-jammed and hit and all of this stuff. He would have been okay. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. All right? And we are forced to say to ourselves, where can we be at now? Before we open up the phone lines, I want to bring up this one piece right here. Deron Bland. He's working hard to get ready for year 4. Do you guys think that he can be our CB1? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he can. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't. Because the other day we was talking about this and a lot of people were like, yo, it's difficult with the Cowboys with these DBs. Put a 1 in the chat or you say yes if he can be your DB1. We're going to get to it. And I have the ultimate mock draft that could be visible. Right? I see a lot of 1s. Zeros, okay. Okay. Put them back in the slot. Okay. All right. So I'm reading all y'all comments here. So what we have here is a mock draft by Tommy Yaris. Ran through another mock draft. He want to hear us out on this, right? With the first pick, they go with Tet. I'm jumping up for joy, right? You know, I'm sitting here like, come on with it.
Take the money out!
With the second pick, they go with Trey Amos, my Mississippi boy. Pair Trey Amos up with Kyer and Bland. I think that would be a good situation. They gave him a B on that grade, though. Josiah Stewart, edge rusher from Michigan. There's the Michigan boys. Another Michigan boys. And then we got Vernon, the interior defensive guy. You need stout people. And then the quarterback that they said that they would like to draft somewhere, some shape, form, or fashion in this draft, they go get a Cal McCord, Syracuse. What was the last great Syracuse quarterback in the National Football League? Did Donovan McNabb went to Syracuse? Who was the Syracuse quarterback? Y'all let me know. Can't remember. Jordan James, they go with that particular running back. Then they go with Jalen, that tight end, which I don't know why we need another tight end, but if I'm about to look at Jalen's tape, though, before I give my assessment. But maybe he's a good blocking tight end. I don't know. They go with Jackson Slater, James Slater cousin, twice removed. And they go to Morden. I'm going to have to look at that linebacker from Georgia. Then they go with Shamara Simmons from Arizona State. I had to go look at him. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Boy, I got some people that know some football, boy. Yeah. They said, McNabb, he went to Syracuse. Okay, all right. Yeah, McNabb was the last good quarterback to get drafted. And I think he was booed by the Eagles when he got drafted, by the way. But it was McNabb. Okay, yeah. So that's how that goes with that particular situation. regardless of it, we just need to find us a real suitable backup quarterback outside of Will Grier. And we like our guys playing our guys playing QB too. Yeah. McNabb was garbage. No, I ain't gonna beat up McNabb that much. He was all right. He wasn't garbage. He was all right for what he was able to do. I enjoyed that Super Bowl. He was throwing up. I was like, yes, come on, Patriots all the way. T.O., I couldn't stand T.O. And then we went and got him. That's what it is. I couldn't stand Dion, and we went and got him. So I couldn't stand Dion, boys. Give me my theme music. Yeah, twin there. I couldn't stand it. I hated him all that year. And then the very next year we went and got him, you know. So sure, hey, it is for what it is. Let's go, man. Let's get this show on the road, man. Come on with it. And if you can't stand driving in traffic and you in that traffic and it's a long time, and then someone else hit you while you're in traffic, you already know who you got to call. Chris 214, hey, Law, I heard Bland was a backup quarterback in college. He was, you know.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214-817. And all of, and I mean just that, all of the threes you can dial. And if you somehow in the city of Dallas, right, and you see somebody shaving while they driving, right, and they ain't using the Atlas product, the House of Atlas, and they rear end you or they side swipe you, oh Lord, reach out to our partners Frenkel and Frenkel. They got over 100 years of experience. And if you can't call that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. Come on with it. DC for life, not for short. They Cowboy fans. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. It's presented to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Law Firm and also the House of Atlas. Come on with it. Come on with it. Oh, no, you didn't. That boy, Chris from the 214. You're live on the nation, bro. Talk to me. Yo. Yellow. You shaving? You in a car wreck? Call back. He like, man, I'm going to go run and get this 15% off and get this House of Atlas brought to you by Law Nation Sports. Come on with it. I got Cowboys Mike, man. You're live, man, from the 716. You're in the mix. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, what's good with you today, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I can't complain.
Yo, Law, I'm liking C.D. Lamb and T-Mac, man. That would kind of remind me of Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it would be similar to that, or you could just be more of like the Jamar Chase and T. Higgins type of thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know about I know Golden got talent, man, and that speed, but, you know what I'm saying? But we need that red zone effect, too, when we get down in the red zone.
Yeah, I'm not going to sour any grapes or be mad about Matthew Golden, but sometimes you have preferences, man, and I want that taller target for this particular team and someone that got some short area quickness. That's what I would like to see. Yeah.
It's going to be kind of tough, though, because I think the Raiders might be in the line for a receiver, too, right?
Well, that means Genty falls. Then I go get Genty. Anybody that falls to the 12th, I think that what we can do is just stay put. We're going to get somebody. right? In the historical data shows in the last 25, the top 25 picks when we do have them, they are pretty good outside of LVE for that after that 1 year. But go ahead.
No. So what do you think about the offensive lineman that's a free agent that played for the Cardinals? Don't you think he'll be a good fit for the Cowboys?
Yeah, Will Hernandez.
Yeah.
I don't know how far along he is coming from his injury, but if anybody knows anything about him, will be Clayton Adams, and that should be a guy that be on the phone with him. He could be a post-draft situation, and that could be a thing that we can reach back around to Will Hernandez. But right before we go into the draft, I would love for us to pick up Tevin Jenkins.
Oh, so you do like Tevin Jenkins?
Yeah, just for a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Man.
So, what's the cap hit that the Cowboys was to get rid of Terrence Steele? Is there a big hit?
I think it's a savings of $10 million if you make them a post-June cut or what have you. So I don't know if they're going to do that. It's better to at least deal with the devil you know versus the devil you don't. So they may just still work him out. I think they got some voluntary training camp stuff that's going to happen in a few days here or a few weeks from here. And I'm quite sure that the coaching staff like Hunter Riley and Clayton Adams will like to assess his tape and look at him and see if he's going to be any good in their system.
Yeah, because he wasn't that dog like we wanted him to be like his first couple of years before he got paid, man. I know when he got hurt, everything kind of switched up, but man, he just seemed like he's like late, man, in most of his blocks.
He gave us a year and a half of good work. And if you add those 2 years together, and then he fell off, and that's a problem because he worked so hard to get where he's at. Injuries can derail a person. I think that somebody said a couple of weeks ago, just kick him inside, Law. And that give him less responsibilities. And if he can pull and get in front of people, that's what he do best, is blocking for the run blocking, then he could have a resurgence in his career. But at this point, I don't know whether or not is it technique that has been teaching him wrongly, because he fell off since you got Mike Solari. He was okay with Joe Philbin. So I don't know. And that's something that we have to sit back and wait. But it'll be quicker, I guess, for people to say just throw the baby out with the bathwater,
I know, man. Appreciate your time, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Good call from Cowboys Mike, man, from New York. Yeah, good call from him. How y'all feel about that? Oh, okay. So Two Broke got the numbers. It says cutting Terrence Steele only save us $750,000 after June 1. Okay. So what it is now, if you cut them, you save how much money? I thought I read somewhere you save about $10 million. All I'm thinking of is that we're not starved for money right now. We got coins. We got money. Whenever the news hit, the breaking news hit on Parsons, whenever he signed or whenever that deal is, hopefully that deal comes around. It's going to be a situation and scenario that the Cowboys are going to have more and more money. Right now we got $39 million. We got $39 million. That can be stretched out and pulled and these sorts of things over the course of this season and get some more weapons in here. I think we okay. I think we are okay. Let me let the next caller in and at least see what you got with Terrence Steele before you cut him. That's all I'm getting at. 214, you live.
What's up, Law? How you doing, man?
All is well. Can't complain. What you got for me?
Hey, so even though, we kind of moving a little different in terms of like signing players a little bit early, hopefully the Micah deal is right on his way. But I still feel like it's, we doing the same thing in terms of free agency. Like, we put up all this money to do what with it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I still feel like they trying to be cheap about everything. So why did you put up all this money to do what? Just to sit on it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or
So,
earmark it for next season. Like, yeah, we're gonna save it for next season because we're gonna have big cap hits next season. We're gonna Dak Prescott gonna take another
But
chunk
the
of the
Eagles,
cap hit and all of these things. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, I mean, but like the other teams, they're not worried about the future. They trying to get it done right now. Sometimes I just wish we act in the now and stop trying to, protect the future now. Like, what you gonna do about 2025? But I ain't gonna be on long. But for the 12th spot, I was listening to my guy Boss, and I know this is a very unpopular opinion. I know he wants to go O-line. I honestly understand his vision. I really do. Although we do need a wide receiver too, it'll be great if we can do that in free agency. But hey, who knows? I feel like that'll really open us up in the draft. Who knows, man? Like, how you feel about that, Law?
I get the argument. Like when you framing an argument, right, or a debate, you got to have your parameters in order, right? Which is what's the intangibles and the tangibles, right? Like right now, it's the intangible moves that we are doing. Like none of these moves are solid. None of these moves are something that we can physically touch and see. They are intangible. So if Boss Cowboy Sports is stating that, hey, I want a guard or a tackle, right, with the first pick, then he gonna have to stand on that. Why that pick is better than a Matthew Golden, right? Why is that pick better than an Ashton Genty or a Tet, in this particular draft? Because we can look at other drafts and say, well, this guy is better than that guy if he was in that draft. But we can't do that because every draft stands alone. Just like old folks say, every tub must sit on its own bottom. Well, every draft must sit on its own bottom too. We can't use different eras or different years of draft and say this is where this player would be at if they were not drafted or they were drafted. So I would say this. Let's not overanalyze it. If you can get you a guy that can put points on the board versus a guy that's going to take time to develop on the board, then give me the guy right now that can put points on the board and bring in that older guy far as a veteran guy that can help protect. That's how I look at it,
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't heard Boss's full take on that. But maybe the next final word or the next time we talk, I can hear his full take on why he wanted to go guard versus a Golden or Ted or a Genty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just one more thing, Law. My cousin, and she want to speak to you real quick.
All right, cuz.
Hey, Law.
Hey, what's good?
This Angie.
Angie, the one that's in the chat. Shout out to you, Angie. Or is another Angie?
Play that Mando for me, for all the wolf kitties out there.
Most certainly, I appreciate it for calling. But before y'all go, let me hear y'all say it.
How
about them Cowboys?
How about them? Come on with it, shoot. Hey, she. Boy, your boy. Yeah. Shout out to Mando and all what they do. But Mando, y'all gonna have to see. Y'all gonna have to run that bag all the way up, for me to play that wolf. This is Atlas. We got to do the Atlas things. Come on with it. Oh my goodness. Rich 06 says happy birthday to John David Washington. Laughing out loud. Wait a minute now. Whose birthday is this? Because it's definitely not mine. Shout out to John David Washington. I didn't know his birthday was today. But shout out to y'all. My birthday was February the 2nd. But happy birthday to everybody who's born on today, you know. Yeah. She said, play that Wolf Kitty. All right, the next call I have on the docket here before we got Across 99th Street Production. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Come on, AI late. I'm just going to go ahead and go to Marcus, man. Appreciate you. From the 513, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Atlas. You're live.
Yo, Grand Rising, brother. How are you?
Man, all is well. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. So, I was kind of just thinking the other day, the way that they've been kind of moving, it makes me wonder, are they using free agency and trades to build up the defense? And then are they using the draft and then the second half of the offseason to build the offense? It kind of makes me wonder because, you know, we grabbed some younger skill position players in this draft, the first couple of rounds.
Right.
Then we could really start building our offensive weapons and build our offense, not just now, but for the future. And with the way that we've been building the defense up already, I really don't see how or why we would be using a first or maybe even a second round pick on the defense unless we're going corner or defensive tackle. But, you know, if a amazing receiver is there at 12 or running back, then I would definitely see that as the main priority instead of defense. And then again, I just want to highlight too that I really feel like, you know, we should really be considering this offensive tackle position on both sides because we don't know what we're going to get from Guyton. And of course, we want to give him some time as well. We don't want to judge him too early.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we need to have backup because, you know, if Guyton doesn't pan out whatsoever and then Dak is getting blown up on the blind side every week, and then on top of that, Terrence Steele doesn't show any production, still getting pushed back and blown off the line. I mean, those are really concerning positions, both tackles. So I hope that we can at least get some depth there. So then we can have that depth and insurance just in case. I really like the Robert Jones move for guard, but I feel like tackle should be more of a focus than guard right now with having Robert, Hoffman, Tyler Smith already at guard.
Yeah. All right. So you got Tyler and you got Terrence Steele, right? And if you draft another tackle, right? Let's say we draft another tackle. You have in the mix, you have Awesome Richards. You may have, I think this should be, well, let's go probably last season at this, you know, fight right here, right? So I'm looking at this thing when I'm thinking of like tackles in general. If you take one, they can be a large learning curve for them, right? Let's say if you take Kevin Banks, and where you gonna place him at, left tackle, right tackle? He's a left side player, right?
Yeah. See, for me, I'm thinking more of like, let's go get a veteran tackle.
Me too.
Not a rookie.
Me too. That's what I'm thinking at. You get somebody who's veteran, somebody who's already got skins on the walls, and whether this don't have to be a free agent deal. This can be a trade scenario, right? You trade for one.
Yep.
And now you can say to yourself, all right, good, we can get the ball rolling now, you know. But to be fair to this particular staff, Connor Riley versus what we've seen out of what his name was, Mike Solari, we don't know. It could be a Mike Solari thing. It could be the running backs that we had at the time too. That
is true.
Is so many variables with this, and we got so many holes. It goes back to what Dane Bugler was saying. It's like we got to hit with these first 3 picks. We can't have another situation where it's wait till next year, this guy going to be ready. If we leaning on this draft to do such, right? So I think that we have to assess what we have real quickly before this draft hit, and then we really got to make sure we hit on our drafts. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, man. And last thing I want to say is, I feel like, we should go ahead and take care of our skill positions in the draft in the early rounds, running back, wide receiver. And then I would go ahead and go and grab another veteran receiver just to add depth, because at this point, we're looking at CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, Turpin, Brooks, Flournoy, and Mingo. And we got to be honest here. Like, we look around the league at the high-stake teams that are going far.
Right.
How many number 1, number 2 receivers do they all have? They probably have at least 2 to 3 different receivers that can be a number 1 or number 2 on their team.
Right.
I mean, you look at the Eagles, you look at all these different teams, they have very clear number 1, number 2 caliber star receivers. And if we're going to really just keep on thinking that CD's enough, I just don't see how far it's going to get us, especially if CD gets hurt or Tolbert gets hurt. And then what? It's CD, Mingo, Turpin, or it's Tolbert, Mingo, Turpin. That's scary to me.
It is. Regardless of it, the names on the paper, it doesn't really move the needle at all, right? So what we're banking on is if we just roll with the wide receivers we got, we are literally banking on a Hail Mary for 4 or 5 other wide receivers to at least give us number 2 productions. And all of these guys are, in my opinion, Jalen Brooks is more of a 3rd or 4th option. Mingo is more of a 3rd option or a 4th option right now. Tolbert, he's a glorified 3rd option, right? Solid 3rd. He's a solid 3rd option to me. Like a Tyler Boyd back in the days, just a guy that can probably fit well with others, right? But not carry the torch by himself type of guy. And Kevontae Turpin, he's good. I'm not going to sully him, but he's not impactful enough to be a every down wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's like he's like our skill player. Like he's our gadget player.
Yeah, gadget, scat back-ish type of, one of those type of things that you move all around. Like, and I'm trying to be cordial with what I'm saying with this on Kevontae Turpin, but it's just for what it is, bro. I don't think that we don't have that true number 2, and what I really want is another number 1. I want 2 number 1s, but
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Because you look at the Bengals got 2 number 1s. Eagles, they got 2 number 1s. Texans, they had 3 number 1s last year until all their injuries between Diggs, Hank, and Collins. That's kind of the momentum of where the NFL is heading. Is you're going to have at least 2 to 3 number 1 to number 2 receivers, and then you got to have corners that can match up with that too.
Right.
And that's something else we got to really think about too, is how thin we are at corner, because one injury is all it takes to Diggs or Bland, and then we're in some big trouble again.
Big facts, man. Big facts, man. What else you got for the show before I let you go?
That's it, man. With all this being said, I really like what we've done so far. We're building good momentum, and we still have the second half of the offseason in the draft. So I got faith in our boys. I know it's hard to have faith during certain times, but I'm going to keep the faith alive. And remember that just before last year, we were always, a playoff caliber team until we had all these injuries last year. And we're kind of getting back to that and trying to advance.
No doubt, man.
How about them boys?
How about them, Marcus? Appreciate you for calling in, All right, so, oh, wow. Tito says, Lord, wait to see your 105, 103.5. Wait a minute. That's another radio station. I thought it was 105.3. 103.5. Look, give me that station. I'll rock it. 103.5, the fan, Law Nation. But, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do my guy like that. All right, for the 214, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up with it, Lord?
Nothing much, man.
Calling, bro.
First time calling, man. What's good with you, man? Give me what you got, man. What you got, bro? Yeah.
I already been locked in and subscribed to you. All right, brother. Let me go and get to it. I'm a Dallas native, so just hear me out.
Okay.
So let's start from the draft. I'm gonna give you my whole draft, and then we can just dissect it.
Okay.
First, I think we could move down from 12. To be honest, because I really like Cam Williams. Look at me. We already got Tyler Smith on one side. He's a homegrown young man. He understands the Dallas struggle. He came in, got acclimated, and learned the game. You get Cam Williams, another homegrown young man. Move him to guard. He's not a tackle. He's a guard.
Yeah.
Put him at guard. Let him be. We need that. One thing that we do not have is size and physicality. That's what we're missing. So we got to get a guard. Booker is cool, but Cam is better. He's more powerful, he's bigger, and he'll do better at the run. Boss Man already did a work on what the guard can do to influence the run game. Then, second round, we got to
hold on. You talking about putting Cam at guard?
At guard.
Tackles do make better guards, but now you may have your own rankings, but let me pull up CBS rankings. They got Kelvin Williams, Armand, Josh, both of the Josh, the one from Ohio and the one from Oregon.
Right.
And they got Estrie, I think that's how you say that man's name, from Minnesota. They got Marcus Mebo from Purdue, and then they got Cam. They got him ranked number 7 out of all of the tackles. So you saying move down? I did some mocks, man. I could got Cam in the second or the third round, I believe.
I think he's gonna probably be a late first.
He can be a late first.
Like, he's a tackle. You know, tackles get moved up.
Yeah. And you got him above Tyler Booker, right?
Right. Yes, I got him first, then Tyler Booker second. And then we need size again. For my second round, I will get Deron Walker from Kentucky. That's who we need in the middle next to Oza. We got to have somebody that's going to eat up some blocks and that's got power and that's got size. You cannot get a small one. You need a strong one to think. You get Walker in there, and if you can't get Walker, I'll wait to the later rounds to get Nazir Stackhouse from Georgia. He another dollar. So that's in the later rounds. Now for receiver, I'm still looking for size and physicality. So it was this dude, Kyron Lacey from LSU, that was a dog, but I think he in like some trouble right now, so we ain't gonna be able to get him. But Savion Williams, he another dog. That's the kind of size we need. We need somebody that's gonna be able to take them hits across the middle. If you can't get Savion, get Antonio Wells from Ole Miss. He another dog that's gonna take them hits. Look at San Francisco. Look at Philly. San Francisco had Debo. Philly got Antonio Brown. You got even Tampa Bay got Edmonds. You got to have some size to go through that middle in the league. And so, and then if we're going to talk linebacker, I like Demetrius Knight from South Carolina. I'm just saying, like, these are the kind of brothers that we got to bring into the team to be physical, to change the landscape and the culture of our team. We got to have big, physical guys.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Good call from you, man. And what's your name, man?
You can call me the retired Cowboy fan.
Retired Cowboy fan. All right. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in. Yeah. Yeah. I do like physicality, you know. Better than saying grand rising, you know. But, you know, it's one of those things. Oops. Oh, my God, I couldn't help myself. All right, so I do like that, you know, being able to to bring that to the table. But both guys want to change a philosophy, and he retired. How can you be a retired Cowboy fan, though? I give up. I retire. Oh my gosh! But oh my gosh, man! I'm supposed to be getting ready to go to this Michael Parsons thing. All right. I got from my guy, man, from the 202, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me. No clone, Tyrone, man. What's good with you, man?
What's going on, Law, man? I don't know what's wrong with these fake Cowboy fans coming in here talking about something they retired. You ain't no Cowboy fan. It's DC for life. That means through the bad weather. That means through the good weather. That means through the good seasons, whatever. Anyway, Law, my bad. How you? My bad.
Hey, man, he right here in the heart of Dallas, man. That's my guy, man. Look, when the Cowboys lose out here in Dallas, man, the world seems like it stopped. The water tastes nasty. The food, don't matter what it is, it tastes weird, you know. But when the Cowboys win, ooh, that food tastes good, man. And we've been winning. We've been winning during the regular season. We win during the regular season. Just when we get to them damn postseason. But oh man, damn, that food terrible, man.
My bad, Lo. But I got something for today. I feel like if we can go big this
bro.
season.
Where you at though, man? You got a lot of echo, man.
Oh, I'm in the hallway. I gotta wash my clothes and stuff.
In the hallway? Well, keep going.
Yeah. Now I'm washing my clothes.
Go ahead.
My bad. But what I got for today, only thing I wanted to say was I wanted to say if we can go ahead and get Jonathan Allen, we can reconstruct this defense in the draft. If we want, you know, like the 12th pick, not really. You know, I ain't really gonna hold on Genty if Genty ain't dead because the running back from South Carolina, he looked good too. So, I mean, I'm all in for Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen, I feel like he's a big difference. I listened to the final word twice because of that talk about Jonathan Allen. I feel like Jonathan Allen is a game changer. He'll make this team a whole nother team. Like we'd be real good with Jonathan Allen. He a dog. He tall, and he a veteran. You know what I mean? So that's really all I had. I wanted to say that about Jonathan Allen. I feel like if Jerry or whoever represents Jerry listening, sign Michael Parsons and go get Jonathan Allen.
Wait. Which Jonathan Allen this is?
This the receiver that played with the Chargers.
Who?
The receiver that played with the Chargers.
Receiver played with the Chargers. Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Oh my God, boy, you messed me up, dog. Damn, dog. You.
Goddamn, I spoke too much.
Man, give me some of that, women. Give me some of that, man. Shoot, I need to roll one of them, man.
Goddamn, I see
yes, indeed. And stamp them. Yeah. Them backwoods do that to you, man. Don't do the backwoods, though, bro. That shit, that burn your chest and everything, man. But appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, fam.
No problem,
good call,
DC for life.
DC for life, man. You know, I'm sitting here like, man, the last caller messed me up with Antonio Brown, and I gave him that one. You know, I was like, okay, I know he meant A.J. Brown, but this Jonathan Allen, I couldn't roll with that one. I was like, Jonathan Allen. And then he was like, he was tall, he's elusive, and I was still thinking that, like, Jonathan Allen, is there a Jonathan Allen in this draft, right? You know, and it was like, okay, all right. Oh, he meant Keenan Allen, you know. So Yeah. Yeah. Boy, the day show been great, man. You guys been phenomenal. Somebody says he didn't hear in the washing machine. Hey, man, leave no clone Tyrone alone now, you know. Jalen said that whole chest gonna turn black with them backwoods. It be falling all apart. Nah, man, roll that thing tight, man. Come on with it. All right, inhale fabric softener in the laundry room. Yeah, that get you crazy. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. That was all of the callers, man, and we just want to get things going. I got one other topic that I want to talk about, and let's get it going. But let's hit y'all with a double up on this sponsor read. Come on with it.
How to be an Atlas man. First, gently glide your House of Atlas razor with the grain to ensure a precise, comfortable shave. Then, drop your transmission with nothing but a spoon. Anything's a tool in the hands of an Atlas man. Now apply Atlas Calming Aftershave. Welcome to the top. Welcome to Atlas.
Be the smoothest guy in the room. Durable blades for long-lasting smoothness. Precision trim edges for detail and also cutting those sideburns. With a stabilized stainless steel for a smoother shave. Dermatologist tested, comfortable, smooth glide. This will be your number one blade in the world. And all you have to do is remember, House of Atlas. Shave with the best. Indeed, shave with the best at the House of Atlas. Get 15% off of your entire razor kit using promo code LAW. Click the link in the description box, man. Help grow the nation the best way possible. And we pretty much, man, I know you guys rag on me with the beard, but you still got to laser line your beard, and you got to get up under that neck. And I don't want y'all, when y'all get up under here, go down. Don't go up now. Go down like this. And make sure you don't get those Nestle Crunches, man. You don't want those Nestle Crunches. You ever seen somebody with pus oozing out? That's because they're using a dull razor. This got 5 blades on it, man. And this shave, and I used it the other night too, by the way, because I had to go all the way down to the chest, as y'all can see. So be sure to check out House of Atlas and get 15% off of your shaving needs. It's only for your face, Law. Yeah, but you gotta get up under there, and you got the curvatures and all of that stuff. So yeah, be sure to check them out. And Law doing the oiliest. Razor Law, House of Atlas Law. Yeah, that's what we gonna do. We gonna patent House of Atlas, but you got to have the law with it. Come on with it. These names, boy, the House of Law. G Cuddy, man, what's good from the 313, man? You're live, bro. What you got?
What's going on, Law, man? Everything good?
Hey, man, everything great, man. I can't complain.
My man. Listen, real quick, man, I wanted to jump in because it's like, and I know I say this every time I call in, but I just feel like you have to go get a playmaker in this draft. Like you have to, and for many different reasons, right? I mean, it's like you got, you signed that for all this money, you know what I mean? And there's still friction within the fan base and all this kind of stuff. So you got to set him up to be successful. And so you got to put something besides CD out there. So whether that's that running back, or whether that's that wide receiver. I hear all these folks, yeah, we can drop down and get a linebacker. We can do that. No, you can't. No. You want to compete even in the, I was going to say the conference, but you look at the division, you got your Washingtons, they're going to be putting points up, Philly putting points up. You know what I mean? And then when you spread out, you look at that North Division with Detroit and Green Bay and even to a lesser extent Minnesota. like you got to put some points up here. And I'm not saying the defense isn't important, and I get the run strategy. I understand, like, yeah, we want to be physical, we want to control line of scrimmage. You ain't gonna be winning no games 10-7 or 14-10. Like, you got to be able to put some points up here. So what I wanted to ask you is, I was looking at some latest mocks, and I wanted to get your thought because I don't know if it was Mel Kiper or somebody. They have us even at 12. Grabbing Omarion even that high just because saying what he could do for the offense. You know what I mean? And I know at that juncture we got the chance to go for, if Tech was there, Golden or what have you. But they were saying what Omarion brings that, we could do something similar to Detroit and pull him up, early because he's supposedly a home run hitter. And I wanted your thoughts quick on him because I looked at his tape and I see him, doing a lot of jump cuts, bouncing outside. I'm not saying he can't run inside.
Right.
But, I mean, in a lot of his highlights, there's a whole lot of room out there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I wanted to get your thoughts. What would make you comfortable grabbing him even that high? And I know this is supposed to be a deep draft, but they say it's not that much difference between he and Jinky. So anyway, I said a lot, bro. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts, man, because I know you all over it.
No doubt. With Omarion, if here's my thing. If you truly believe that he's the difference maker and he will fit your philosophy, system, and scheme, then go get him. Go get him. But also make sure you do your homework to see who's really want that 12th spot that you can slide back into the draft, because I don't think that he should be drafted at 12. So my philosophy is I'm looking at Tankathon and I'm looking at everybody that's on this list. I'm willing to slide back at least 2 slots, not 5, not 10, right? So that's how I'm looking at it. So, and still get the person that I ultimately want and pick up some extra picks in the top 100. That would be my thought tracks with that. So I'm always looking. So, yeah, if the Cowboys do draft an Omarion, then they have to draft with a multi-plan procedure on that. They got the 12th pick, so I'm on the phone with Miami. I'm on the phone with the Colts. I'm on the phone with Atlanta. Them are my only people that I'm not finna slide to the 16 to the 17 because I want to stay within the top 15. And I think that Omarion would still be there at that spot. So that's what I would be willing to try to get as many picks as I can from there. And that's what I would look at.
I mean, Miami would make me a little nervous because they could turn around and take that pick and grab the guy that you want from a running back standpoint. Indy, I don't think they should be all set there, and so should Atlanta, right? But Miami is the one that I'm like, I'd have to be 100% sure because that could bite you. You can swap up with them, then get what you want. So that's my only thought with that. And then last thing before I let you go and close.
Right.
What's the real chance that Amari Cooper come back?
I guess maybe if I talk to him tonight, he's going to be at this bowling thing, and I'm going to see whether or not there's some real tensions there. But the chances are, if you really think the moon landing was real, right?
Got it. Yeah,
that's where it is. That's where I'm at with that. But I appreciate you for calling in. Thank you for calling in.
Okay. All right. How about them Cowboys, bro?
How about them? Who all think that the moon landing was real? Yeah. And boy, y'all crazy with the wolf cheeks, man. That took me, man, the wolf cheeks. And I blame Angie for steering that conversation that way. To say, play that Mando, Yeah. But we got the wolf cheeks eraser right here. And if you got hairy legs, you can try it on the legs, even though it's meant for the face. Come on with it. Cowboy Nation, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank all of the sponsors and all of the future sponsors. Be sure to reach out to us and my team, and we will be sure to get you in front of some great people, man. We have the best community in the world, and the community always here and giving us valuable feedback on products and beyond. And if you never heard of Atlas before today, put a 1 in the chat and just click on the link that's in the description box and get familiar with their products and their page and all what they bring to the table, and you will enjoy, I guarantee. Also support the nation by using that promo code LAW to continue to get things going. Y'all do know that we're heading into the off season, and the off season is a long one, and you're going to be hearing all type of news that, hey, this person's going to get traded, this person is linked with this, and this person doing training camp here, and they running in the sands and stuff like that. You're going to get all of that, right? And that just comes with the territory when you are dealing with the Cowboys. People going to always link our name to other teams, and the Cowboys are considering this and that, you know, and that's all for clicks, clickbaiting. But I'm going to tell y'all, trade back twice and pick up Savion Williams. Still them boys, appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm always on the fence with trading back, because here's the reason why. You don't want to do all of that and end up missing out. I think that the Giants traded back. They traded away from Smitty. They traded away from Michael Parsons to get Kavarius Toney, you know. So you don't want to do that. And, yeah, this is the site. They got all type of stuff, man. I just want to show y'all some of the things they got on this site. And, you know, you can have a beard and still trim, you know. Trim it up, shape it up. See, that's what he's doing right here. Yeah, he's getting up under that neck. Getting up under that neck and getting up on top of that face. You know, you got a solid beard there. So, you know, you can still see how you get that smooth arc right here? Law, how you get that smooth arc? Well, you know, use one of these Atlas razors, bro. Don't go against the grain. Go with it, you know. So, Cowboy Nation, on the way out, be sure to hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Get this thing going the best way possible. I'm going to see y'all on the other side. If there could be some breaking news, sometime in the next following days. That's all I'm going to say from there, and not going to give out any other information for the nation. But stand tall with me. Understand that we are building something. This is just the beginning, baby. And will you be here when we get to the top of this particular mountain that we're trying to take over? In which we will be taking over. I always say this quote from Jim Rowan. He was really good. Him, Zig Ziglar, Paul Harvey. Look up them guys. Yeah. Eric Thomas, second cousin twice removed. Les Brown. But Jim Rowan says, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. Meaning that we're going to forever, ever seeking to conquer. Do vampires shave? I don't know. Ask Jerry. Shout out to Jerry Jones. Werewolves in Paris. Werewolves in the chat. It got an aloe strip on it too. That help alleviate irritations. Why is aloe is important? Why minerals are important? Why the natural things that the Creator give us are important? Take us home, Law. Well, I'm going to tell you. In order to be smooth, you got to have friction. In order to walk on this particular dimension, you got to go through a little friction. You got to fall. And you got to get back up again. You're going to fall. But you got to stand tall. Or not at all. There are some people that fall to the traps of the naysayers. Well, I guess the 4-letter, the 3-letter network is a better way to say it, since naysayer is a new new definition to that word now. But you got to stand tall, or not at all. Understanding in life that there's no statue erected for a critic, meaning that there will be people that will spit upon, cast aspersions, talk bad about your philosophy and your opinion. But if you can stand firm in what you believe in, even if you are falling, get back up again. You see, when you see that wet floor sign, it's just a reminder that someone can fall where that wet floor is at. That's why they got that little man on there like this. It's just a reminder that you can fall. It's not saying that you will, just a reminder. So I come here to tell you, remind yourself of this right here. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it. I gotta stop reading these comments. To work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired. And it makes you hold everything tawny and cheek. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you'll gladly go out there and work for it, sweat for it, shave for it, right? Shave for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither the cold or the poverty or the famish or the fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, with the help of Atlas, you can shave it. Come on, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're shaving with nothing but the best. Go Atlas. Go Cowboys. Come on with it. Let's get on up out of here. One love. DC for life, not for short. Come on. I'm crazier than cat hair. I guess that's why I got Atlas. Appreciate y'all. One love. DC for life. Every man got to shave. And ladies, shave them legs. Come on with it. Yeah. Unless you like hairy legs. Nothing wrong with hairy legs too. Hairy legs matter. If you think I'm lying, ask Harry Hines. Come on with it.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I
Come
got
on.
my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one.
Oh.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Come on.
I wake up.
Let me double check.
Down that check. No drip this.
Time to run it up.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch.
Time to run it up.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this.
Let me see what Michael got up doing.
No sleep, no rest.
And we'll do a another outro.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself they get
All right,
buried.
we'll talk about it.
This with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Come on, not
I
mine.
made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on with it.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it on.
Breaking news, according to information around and floating around the NFL, the Cowboys, former Cowboys or former Raider receiver who retired and unretired is back into the folds and will be playing the Cowboys twice a year, according to information out here of Adam Schefter, that Michael Gallup is signing with the Commanders. So we will see my guy, Michael Gallup, 2 times out of a year. And hold on, dog. I hit the wrong button. I didn't hit record. Hold on, we got to do this all over again. Hold on. See, man, look, I got to do it all over again. My bad. I'm sitting here talking and not even recording. Hold on with it. No, hold on with it. Come on. Now, breaking news, as reported from Adam Schefter, former Cowboy wide receiver and former Raider wide receiver who retired and unretired, has now joined the Washington Commanders. He is a guy that the Cowboys gave $50 million to, right? Guaranteed, by the way. And he didn't live up to that contract because of injuries, right? And they paid him after the injuries. Now we get a chance to see Michael Gallup. I'm not trying to throw any shades at him, but we will see Michael Gallup 2 times out of a year, and he signed with the Washington Commanders. Let me know how y'all feel of that. Is that a good pickup? Is that a bad pickup for Washington? We don't know. Maybe they trained him and worked him out or what have you, and they realized that, hey, man, the man still got something left in the tank. Here's what I'm going to say, though. To be fair to Michael Gallup, I want to know from you all right now, if healthy, is he better than Jalen Tolbert? I want to know, man. Let me know in the chat area. Put a 1 in the chat if is he better than, I can't even talk today, is he better than Jalen Tolbert, if healthy, So that's just for one of those things. If we get a chance to see him twice a year. Yeah, so now you got a lineup of yes, okay. No, somebody said no. Pete says no. It's a lot of people saying yes. So at the end of the day, boy, when you look at it, boy, y'all still crazy. Jason says no. Okay. Jameson says no. Unlucky says no. So at the end of the day, if you're looking at the Washington's team's lineup, they got Terry McLaurin. They have also Michael Gallup and as well as Debo. Is Noah Brown still there? Noah Brown, and Diami Brown, I believe, both of the Browns. They got the Brown brothers over there. So that is a situation from there. And how do y'all feel about that? We're going to see him twice a year. He's going to be a guy that we can look at and say, all right, is this who the Washington team is becoming? Scouting all of the Cowboy guys, right? Because they done robbed half of us on the defensive side last season, right? And now they're saying, okay, let's go bring in Michael Gallup. And it's wild that they don't have a Raiders jersey on them, but they have the Cowboys. So what I'm trying to tell people, once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. It could be 20, 30 years from now, he would still be able to get people to sign his jerseys or what have you and say, hey, man, I remember that touchdown. They ain't going to talk about the Washington. They ain't going to talk about the Raiders. They'll talk about the time that he spent over here in Cowboys land. So shout out, kudos and credence to him for signing with a team. And look at my guy. He like, really? Yeah. So, and if this is a situation that when Washington get into the draft, maybe this could be a thing that we can all look back at and say, maybe they don't draft a wide receiver because they got Michael Gallup now. let's think about that. But appreciate y'all, man. Give me y'all thoughts on Michael Gallup. Somebody said, Quinn, please stop. I see you, fam. On a scale of 1 to 13, how do y'all feel about Michael Gallup playing for the Ops now? He the Ops. Come on with it. Send Scooter that Atlas. Yeah, indeed. And shout out to Atlas because they took great care of us on this episode. DC for life, not for short. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We'll get y'all the numbers and all of that stuff on Gallup's contract later. Come on. But shout out to Michael Gallup, man. Gallup! You the Ops now. Out of all of the teams, you signed to the Washington. That's great. Peace.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Tom got 7 now. This song, what? I'm telling you. All right.
Check. No drip, this. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself